With her eyes, with her smile, with her belt, with her hands, with her money. I am the thesis of her prayers. Her nieces and her nephews are just pieces of the layers. Only one she loves as much as me is Jesus Christ and Taylor. I got a feature song.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Sheena's Juju. Today's video is going to be an infertility Q&A. I know I've mentioned in past videos before that I do have infertility issues, and I wanted to do a Q&A on that because I feel like even still to this day there's a lot of people out there that are not quite familiar with what a woman goes through and the treatments that are available for people that suffer with infertility. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first question is from Kenya, and Kenya asks, at what age did I find out about my infertility and what caused it? So I would say I had been married about 5-6 years before I found out about my infertility. And the reason I found out was because, you know, obviously after being married for that long, you know, you would think you have like maybe even a pregnancy scare or, you know, a couple missed periods here or there, you know, something to kind of trigger you like, okay, I could be pregnant right now. But in that time, I had never experienced that, you know, everything was working correctly and I had never had a pregnancy scare. The only thing that may have kind of triggered me to think that I had an infertility issue was that, you know, my periods were irregular, you know, or some months I might have 2 periods. Like, that was the only thing that might have really triggered me. So after about, you know, 5-6 years, I did decide to, you know, go to the doctor and question them and ask them to test me to see if there was anything wrong as to why, you know, I hadn't got pregnant yet. And they did find that I do have cysts on my ovaries, pretty big ones. And then I was later diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome, which, to kind of put it short, is where, you know, you do have cysts on your ovaries. They can grow pretty large. They are pretty painful. It means that your periods are pretty heavy, and your cramps when you are on your cycle are really painful. So yeah, it's not fun. But yeah, that's when I found out, and that is what I have. So, you know, because of this, it is hard for me to carry a pregnancy. And because my periods are irregular, some months I don't ovulate, so it's kind of hard to get into that window of being fertile to actually, you know, create a pregnancy. So Kayla asks, what treatments have we tried and have I had any miscarriages? And we have tried 2 different treatments. The first treatment we tried was an IUI, which is an intrauterine insemination. That is where they would take my husband's sperm and wait till I'm fertile, where my egg is just about to be released. And they will inject his sperm into my uterus, and then hopefully my egg will meet it at the exact right moment and form an embryo, you know, form an embryo. So then hopefully that embryo will attach itself to my uterine wall, and I will be pregnant. But we tried that 3 times. That did not work. Then the second treatment we tried was a little bit more intense. We tried IVF, which is in vitro fertilization. That is where they actually remove my egg from my ovary and fertilize it with my husband's sperm in the lab. And then they grow that embryo in the lab for 3 to 5 days. We actually had a 3-day transfer. Then once it is, you know, they take the strongest looking embryo, which we had 2, and they transfer those into my uterus, and hopefully those will attach to my uterine lining again, and I will be pregnant. And obviously that didn't work either. So yeah, we have tried several treatments as well as, you know, the natural way, of course, but so far no treatments have helped us to have a viable pregnancy. So Kai asked, are treatments expensive? Very expensive. And we do have insurance. Insurance did cover, you know, some of the treatment cost, but we still had to come out of pocket for co-pays, deductibles, co-insurance. Anything that they didn't cover, we had to come out of our pocket to cover. Very, very expensive. Keep in mind, I believe for an IVF treatment, if you are uninsured, it's $10,000. So yeah, we were insured, so I believe altogether we paid about $5,000, so just about half. But it's very, very expensive, which is why we haven't tried doing treatments for a while, because to be frank, we just can't afford it. So yeah, it's very expensive. Linda asks, does it offend me when people ask me if I don't have kids? And there's kind of two answers to this. If we're just in conversation and we're asking each other questions back and forth, trying to get to know each other, then no, it doesn't offend me at all. You know, you're asking, oh, are you married? How long have you been married? Do you have any kids? Like, you know, that's kind of normal conversation. But it's the people that ask me, and it's the kind of the tone where they say, oh, you don't have any kids? Like there's something wrong with me? Which, yeah, there is something wrong, but they don't know that. But they're asking in a way like there's something wrong with me or my marriage as to why I don't have kids. That I do take offense to, because honestly, people, you have to realize that if you see someone of, you know, a certain age and they don't have kids, they've been in a long-term relationship, don't just, you know, jump to the conclusion that they don't want kids, or, you know, that I don't know, that they just don't want kids, because that may not be the case. It could be that they have difficulty actually conceiving children. So I would really love it if people were a little bit more sensitive when asking questions like that. Because, you know, you just never know what someone else is going through. You just don't know. So my next question is from Theo, and she asks, would we consider a surrogate? And at this time, we wouldn't consider a surrogate, because I still would like to try and carry, you know, my own baby. I would still like to have my own pregnancy and go through all of that, all of the morning sickness and the leg cramps and the heartburn. I want to experience all of that. So at this point, we wouldn't, because we're still, you know, wanting to try and do it by ourselves. But saying that, in the future, if it just comes to the point where, you know, it's just not viable for me to carry a pregnancy, then we would consider that, and we would also consider adoption as well. There are plenty of beautiful babies in this world that deserve a good family, so that is something that we would definitely consider in the future if we had to. And the last question comes from DJ Odom, and he asks, how do I cope with my feelings when other family and friends become pregnant? This question is actually a really hard question, but I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm giving it to you, you know, all genuine, 100%. And my first reaction, you know, my first thought is, you know, oh, you know, my heart sinks, like, oh, why not me? Like, you know, why am I not pregnant yet? You know, someone else is pregnant again, like, you know, why can't I carry a pregnancy? So yeah, that is my first thought. Yeah, I am a little sad, maybe a tinge of jealousy, but that doesn't last very long. You know, especially if it's a, you know, good friend, or obviously if it's family, then my next thought is happiness. You know, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they're bringing another life into this world. I'm happy for them that they're able to, like, physically able to carry a child. That in itself is a blessing. So, you know, my negative thoughts don't last for too long. Then the happy thoughts come flowing in, and I am 100% there. Now, you can ask my nieces when they had their baby boys, when they had my nephews. ecstatic. You know, at first, of course, I was a little bit, but then after that, it was like, great, you know, it's wonderful. You're bringing another person into our family. Like, who would not be happy about that? But, you know, to tell you the truth, in the beginning, I am a little bit sad, but that feeling, it passes quickly. Anyway, that is my infertility Q&A. If you all have any more questions, or if I didn't answer something, you know, thoroughly enough, then please leave them in the comments below. I am an open book. No question is off limits, but please just ask it in a polite, you know, way. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful to somebody, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.